Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. When we talk about analysis in our life, basis how we take decisions, how our intellectual capacities help us, and how we can be more balanced in our lives, how communication can help us drive results in our life, we think of Mercury. And Mercury is also our buddhi, Mercury is also our intellectual capacity, Mercury is also the planet which helps us make the important choices. So today we will talk about how Mercury's placements in the 12 different signs in the D9 chart can throw up different permutations, throw up different possibilities, and most of all, what are the higher probabilities that Mercury will give us or will tend to give us when Mercury gets into the 12 different signs in the horoscope. But before that, friends, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I see a high percentage of people who regularly watch my videos, they have not subscribed to my channel yet. If you don't subscribe to my channel, then others who can benefit from the channel, from the videos, don't get access to it. The channel is not promoted further. So if you like my channel, if you get useful, some learning, some utility out of it, please subscribe to my channel, please like the video so that others may also be able to access my channel, because YouTube then propagates and promotes the channel and videos further, which get more likes and which the channel which is subscribed more. Having said that, let's jump into and see Mercury in the 12 signs in the horoscope in the D9 chart. When Mercury is in the Aries sign in the D9 chart, so here the person, after going through a series of looking at different goals in his life, how he will reach goals in his life, how he formulates strategies in his life, how he is able to reach conclusions and results in his life. This is a person, he is all about deep analysis, having a thought through goal orientation. So when the person seeks goals, he looks deeply in and seeks those goals which will serve him in the long run. And he will look deep down enough to see which goals will help him, which goals will be more reachable for him. He is not all about emotion, that this is what I need to do, this is what I want to become. He or she will look deep down into what their capabilities are, what their aptitude is, what they are able to do, where they find their motivation, where they don't find their motivation, and after looking at all of this, after looking at doing a deep down analysis, then only they take a decision. So most of the life for this person who has Mercury in the sign of Aries in the D9 chart, it's most about how they will use their intellectual capacity, their education, their learning, and their analysis about how the situation is around the world, and basis that every now and then they may also shift the goalpost. If they see something is working for them, they will go behind that, chase behind that. However, they are not blindsided that I need to go behind a goal blindly. When they feel that a goal is not serving them, it is becoming difficult for them to achieve a goal, they will also backtrack, change the direction, change the approach to get that goal, and through a deep series of intellectual decisions, some backing off, and then going forward, choosing the right trajectory, choosing the right profession, choosing the right goals, as well as choosing the partner well, then ultimately they will get to where they want through a series of challenging decisions, ups and downs, losing this, losing that, but they will always be goal oriented. They will never take their eye off the goal. They may change the trajectory, they may change the direction, they may change the approach, but they will be very goal oriented, and their goals will be something which are very realistic, which will be around a holistic approach to life. So their goals will also be about health, their goals will also be about what is the financial security they get, their goals are also about where they are going to get in their career, what kinds of companies they will work for, where they want to overall reach in life, what they want to end in life. So it's a very, very strong goal oriented energy, full of dynamism, full of lot of assertiveness also, and lot of energy and willpower and motivation. So now see which sign Mercury is placed in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is placed in the Leo sign in the D1 chart. So here we have a combination of two fire energies coming together. Mercury in Aries in the D9 chart, Mercury in Leo in the D1 chart. So because Leo sign is about power, responsibility, authority, influence, so this person will always look at his goals should be commensurate to or should be in line with what responsibilities, accountability that he or she is getting in life, in their career, in their projections, in their projects and at work. Only when they have done a deep analysis, thought through analysis, weighing the pros and cons, how much responsibility they should take, how much they should not take, where they are being given the power to take decisions, where they are not being power to take decisions. Only basis that through a thoughtful prospect of looking at where they can do well, where they cannot do well, then they will take the power and responsibility, then they will take accountability, and they will also negotiate how much they can do and how much they should not be able to do, and through that they will be able to get their results. Now when Mercury is in the sign of Taurus in the D9 chart, so yeah, the person, because analysis, analytical intelligence, intellectual ability of Mercury is coming together with the goal orientation, with the steadiness, with the money orientedness, with the materialistic focus, the principles and values of Taurus are also in focus. So here the combination is the person wants to achieve all that he or she wants on the material side, but through a thought through analytical approach. So in their remuneration, in their livelihood, in their earnings, where they are working, how they are earning, they will be very analytical. They will take up those projects, they will take up those jobs, they will take up those responsibilities where they know they are also being served. You cannot cheat these people. You cannot give them more work and extract more work from them and give them less. So they may do their bidding initially, they will play the waiting game, but not for too long. They will then come back and they'll negotiate hard. So this is a person who will work hard, who will put in a lot of hard work, and then will show results and then come and negotiate and say, see, this is what I am capable of. This is what my output is. Now you better give me. If not, I will seek some other opportunities, and that too the person will do very quietly, very silently, and when he or she finds they are not being served in one situation, project and job, they may move also. And because this is also about values and principles, so this person will work with values and principles, but also be very selective, that he or she should not be taken for granted because they are very principled. So they will be very principled, but they will not show that they are very principled in life always. They will show that they are very street smart. You cannot hoodwink them, you can't cheat them, but deep down they will not wave away from or move away from principles and values. They'll stick to principles and values even when they are getting their nourishment, when they are getting the remuneration, when they are giving the livelihood. And they are very, very steady in the approach. They will use all the intellectual capability to be able to do well for themselves, well for the family, well for the project, and nobody can say this person has not worked enough, this person is not precision oriented enough, this person is not complete enough in his or her job. So when they ask for a certain degree of materialistic results from their life, they deserve every penny of it. Now check in which sign Mercury is in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is in the sign of Virgo in the D1 chart. We know that planets get exalted in the D1 chart, not in the D9 chart. So here you have a exalted Mercury in the D1 chart. But because Mercury is in the sign of Virgo, these people also face a lot of competition. Nothing is easy. So because they are in the 6th house, in the 6th sign, which is Virgo, but Mercury is exalted, they need that exalted energy to be able to overcome competition. So that's why Mercury becomes so strong in the sign of Virgo in the 6th house, because without having that intellectual capability, without having the competence, without having that ability to be able to overcome challenges using their analytical ability and the intellectual capability, the cleverness, they would not be able to excel, and hence Mercury is exalted in the 6th sign in the 6th house. So if Mercury is in Virgo sign in the D1 chart and then gets into the Taurus sign in the D9 chart, so this is a person who will use all the analytical ability and push competition back where their remuneration is concerned, where their livelihood is concerned, where the results from work is concerned. So this is a good placement to be able to overcome competition, overcome all challenges and issues, and then through sheer hard work, complete work, precision oriented work, end up getting what you truly deserve in life, which includes nourishment, your livelihood, your earnings, and a good material side of life success as well. When Mercury is in the Gemini sign in the D9 chart, so here Mercury is very strong because it is in its own sign. However, Gemini is the sign of communication, marketing ability, influencing ability, and through sheer hard work, ability to be able to be a good storyteller, to be able to communicate well, and be able to communicate in such a manner that is also tailor-made for the audiences. So this is a clever, thinking, intelligent person who knows who to say what, how to say what to whom, what medium is to use to what. So the person who will be motivated by good inspiration, pat on the back, they will use that. Some other person will not be motivated by inspiration or good words or appreciation, but they require money, then this person will use that ability to be able to then counter that person or influence that person. And in matters of communication, they will be very sharp, they will be very well prepared, they will know how to prepare data, how to use analysis, and they will communicate with a lot of authority, backed by data, backed by logical inferences, backed by analytical ability, and the information and approach that they have will always be perfect. Nobody will be able to put them down where their communication is concerned, where their data is concerned, where their analysis is concerned. However, this is also placement where the person may go through a number of self-doubting situations also. So after a number of faux pas, after a number of decisions not going right, after a number of decisions going south, maybe on the relationship front, maybe on the work front, maybe in their business, maybe in how they are analyzing or doing their projects, or how they are dealing with clients. So after that dual-mindedness, failing somewhere, having success somewhere, and then fighting their own ghosts, fighting their own fears, fighting their own anxieties, fighting their own frustration, and then learning over a period of time and then getting success through sheer hard work, dedication, and the ability to be able to communicate almost in a perfect manner. Now check in which sign Mercury is in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio in the D1 chart. So here, sign of Scorpio in the D1 chart and getting into the Gemini sign in the D9 chart. So here the person will have to go through the ups and downs in life, huge issues, problems, obstacles before the person will do very well. And that's why these Scorpio energies of obstacles, challenges, problems, and the dual-mindedness of Gemini will force at least the first 15 to 20 years of their conscious life that they will have to go through all these rigmaroles, and ultimately they will learn cleverly what to do and where to do. And because Mercury is in Scorpio, so a lot of analysis, a lot of research orientedness also, maybe a doctor as a profession, maybe pharmaceutical, maybe research, maybe analytics, maybe even finance, accounting, or IT. But this is the person who will fight their way through obstacles and challenges before getting ultimate success in life because of sheer hard work and the ability to be able to be a good storyteller and be a good influencer. When Mercury goes into the Cancer sign in the D9 chart, so here is a person who is very thought through, very analytical, very intelligent about decisions related to family, about decisions and situations which will make him happy, about decisions which will give him or her the peace of mind. So this is the person who will work hard on how they will set up those things in life which they want, which they feel will make them happy. Whether it is about a relationship, whether it is about what career they need to take, whether it is about what assets to make, where to make the investment, whether how to go about living in a domestic life situation, and they will negotiate, not negotiate days in whole day in and day out with partner. If you do this, I will do that. You cannot do this and I will not do that. Not that way, but they will negotiate, or they will be able to traverse the challenges of life, of domestic life, very intelligently. So if they know some things will spoil the environment in the house, then they will not chase that so much, but they will wait for their time. And when the time comes, and if their spouse pushes them hard, they will say, see, I gave in there, I sacrificed there, no, you can't do this. Okay, so sometime I give in to you, you also have to give in. So the very nice manner they will negotiate situations around, and they will first be giving before they do that, because they know an intelligent person will always make an investment first before asking for return. And all their decisions about assets, family will be very well thought through. Even with children, they will negotiate, they will keep the peace in the house, they keep the harmony in the house, but they will have a very result oriented approach. If you are giving results to the family, to the household, then you deserve more. They also deserve peace, you also deserve harmony. So through a very intellectual approach, negotiating, seeing the pros and cons, and then creating a home of happiness, peace, tranquility. And even in the assets, they will be very thought through where to put their money, where not to put their money. They will get all the information before they invest in an asset, and they will usually their investment in assets will be more fruitful for them in the long run. And even in their house and family, their love and harmony will come through with open communication. Everybody will be able to talk well, everybody will be able to express themselves, and because of that, the environment is very peaceful and very harmonious in the house as well. Now see in which sign Mercury is placed in the D1 chart. Say for example, Mercury goes into the sign of Sagittarius in the D9 chart, while it is in the Cancer sign in the D9 chart. So here the person is combining the energies of Sagittarius, fun-loving, adventurous, a little bit of risk-taking, but very open, and somebody who has a lot of faith and belief, and the Cancer sign of love, affection, empathy, and supporting, nourishing the family. So this is the fun person at home, always laughing, always creating that very fun loving environment at home, wants to have a home which is exciting, also very open. Everybody can say what they want. They will have a family where everybody can think the way they want. They will be very liberal in the thoughts. This is also a fun loving family. They want to go out, but they also want to come back quickly at home. There is nothing like home, but there is nothing like a very good well-deserved holiday also. So overall, this person will bring in a fun element, will bring in an exciting element, and will have a lot of faith and belief in the family, on the closeness of the family, that a well-knit family is most important for love and affection. So the faith and belief in family, and uses the education, uses the experiences to be able to create a better environment at home, to have a more engaging environment at home. The communication in the home will also bring in those experiences, will also bring in that aspect of life through the higher richer experiences in life, and they will try to use the education qualification also to better the home, to be able to bring better nourishment into the home also. So overall good energy, a fun loving, a risk taking energy, but also very balanced energy, a very nourishing, caring energy in the household. When Mercury is in the sign of Leo in the D9 chart, so this is a person when responsibility is given to the person thinks through, where should I take responsibility, where I should push back. Is the responsibility given to me with enough authority also, enough leeway also, enough flexibility or not? This is not a person who will want to chase only self-pride and my respect and all. This is a person who will think that, okay, my pride is important, my self-respect is also important, but I also want to contribute, I also want to do more for others before. So this person will not demand that people respect me. This person will command respect after putting in the work. And this is the person who is intelligent enough to understand that power and influence comes with output. Power and influence also comes from responsibility, and so they are ready to take responsibility, and through a lot of negotiation, if you allow me to do that, if I'm giving you this power and influence, then only I will do. So this person will also take risks accordingly. Even when given the leadership position, this person will not try to exert the influence, exert their authority on others. They will also negotiate with people that how much they will be able to give the rope, how much they will be pulling back. So a lot of people who have a person with Mercury in Leo, they are very happy with such a leader, because this is a very negotiating leader, this is a very thoughtful leader, and the person will not put down anyone. They will use data and information to tell people, see, look, this is what you did, this is the last time you did this, money was given here, you didn't do this, your work output was not good. So they will use data to be able to show a mirror to the person's face, rather than saying, I am telling you, you better do this. So they will use information, they will use the intellectual capacity to be able to drive the leadership. Whether at home, they will also be the same people. They will not exert the authority in relationship or in the domestic life. They will also negotiate their way through, and through that they will inculcate a very intelligent oriented leadership, and through that they will be able to get more output. Now say Mercury is Vargottama. Mercury is also in the Leo sign in the D1 chart. So this is the person who will be exerting most strongly and will also ask for authority, ask for responsibility, which means even at home in the relationship, this person will be the first person who will put the foot front and say, okay, I want responsibility, I will take responsibility, you don't need to worry about it. And then will go about doing the responsibility with a lot of analytical ability, thought through data, will see through what we were right last time, what may go wrong. So after getting all the information, if they are planning a holiday, they will get all sorts of information, because they have taken the leadership. I will plan the holiday. So everything will be very spick and span. When they are leaving, when they are reaching, who is going to pick up, which restaurant, hotel they are going to put in, are the reservations done, who is allowed, who is not allowed, what are the places to see. They will plan everything accordingly. So this is a person who likes to take the lead, who likes to take the responsibility, but only after knowing. They will be given enough freedom, they will be given enough leeway to be able to take the leadership and accountability. So overall, a good energy to have, a very thought through analytical leadership, ensuring that results will come. When Mercury is in Virgo in the D9 chart, so now a planet does not get exalted or debilitated in the D9 chart. However, planet is able to get the highest level of energy if it sees or shows exaltation in the D9 chart. So when Mercury is in the Virgo sign in the D9 chart, it is exerting the highest energy from whichever sign it is placed in the D1 chart. So this is the person who in his whole life has been going through ups and downs, challenges and issues, negotiating his or her way through, and because of which in the end gets very good results, in the end gets exalted results. So this is a person who had to overcome competition, who had to overcome pushback, who had to overcome inimical people, who had to overcome inimical colleagues, who had to overcome inimical situations, those situations which are always putting him on the back foot, always making him or her take decisions again, always making the person take a step back and then again take a decision. And because of sheer intellectual ability and analytical ability, after going through experiences, living through different experiences, knowing this is where you can go wrong, knowing that this went wrong earlier, and only after a lot of ups and downs, obstacle, challenges, ultimately they are able to get very good results. However, whatever they do in life, they have a very service-oriented approach. They like to serve more, they like to contribute more, they like to help more. And only because of their service orientation, helpful attitude and their ability to do more, contribute more, and because of that, they are also able to do more, and because of that, they are also able to negotiate through. And because of that, also, because their output is good, their competition is not able to overcome them. So because of their output, service orientation, hard work, precision oriented, complete work, they are ultimately able to do well. Now see which sign Mercury is placed in the D1 chart. If Mercury is in the sign of Aries in the D1 chart, so this is a person who in their life, whenever they are working on anything, whether it's in their career or whether they are working even in business or in relationship, these are very goal-oriented people and they have a lot of energy. If they put their mindset onto something that I want to achieve this, they will go have full hammer and tongs to be able to get that, and their willpower is very strong, their motivation is very strong, but they will not rush blindly into things. They are goal oriented, they are very dynamic, they are very strongly fixated on their goals. They will be fixated on their goals only after taking a lot of thought through decision making. They will look at what are the pros and cons, if I do this, will I be able to achieve this or not. So they are very reasonable in how they put their goals, and so being very highly motivated, very goal oriented and very service oriented, and having the Virgo capacities of highest energy within the Aries sign to sheer energy dynamism, they will be able to get results over a period of time, and usually one of the best results, one of the best placements for Mercury. When Mercury goes into the sign of Libra in the D9 chart, this is a very strong energy where the person is also looking at how relationships will serve him or her and how they should also serve relationship. So this is a person who will, before getting into the relationship, will also look deeply into will this relationship serve me, whether I will be able to do justice to this relationship or not, to this partnership or not. This relationship is not only about their personal life or who they will be getting into a marital relationship or the relationship with the opposite gender. Any partnership that they get into, any association that they get into, even at work, with what team to work, how to work, in a team environment, they will also select the team very well. They will also gauge the person very well and then know who to work and who not to work. So they will also be very selective. Even if they are thrust into a situation where they have no choice but to work with the people, then they will also size the person up, knowing whose pros and cons are what, which thing will make somebody work, which thing will not be good, which thing will be antagonistic to the team effort, to the partnership. Accordingly, they will take decisions, and overall, over a period of time, working on relationship, cementing relationship, they get good results. Now see in which sign Mercury is in the D1 chart. See, Mercury is in the sign of Gemini in the D1 chart. So this is a person, because Gemini is about communication, Gemini is about influencing others, Gemini is about taking action. So this is a person who will also be somebody whose communications emotions are the cementing factor in relationship, and this is also a person who will work on relationship using their ability to be able to understand people very well, reach out to people, communicate with people, negotiate very well. However, initial part of life, because Gemini has this dual energy, so they will be very confused who to be with, who not to be with, what job to get into, what job not to get into, what partnerships to get into, what partnership not to get into. And so over a period of time, through a range of setbacks, going through these challenges and ultimately learning through how life has taught through different situations and challenges, and ultimately through the ability to communicate and influence, and then harboring very strong relationships, very strong partnership that ultimately will serve them, serve their family, serve their organization. If Mercury is in the sign of Scorpio in the D9 chart, so this is a person who has to use sheer intellect, has to use the capacity to negotiate, has to be able to use their practical, pragmatic approach to go through all ups and downs in life. And so this is a better energy than any other planet in Scorpio sign, because here the person has the intelligent capacity to be able to overcome the obstacles of life. It is like as if the zodiac has chosen this person because he is an intelligent person, will know what challenges to go through and issues to go through, and yet be able to come up on top. However, the person will initially have to contend with, will have to think through, and will have to be patient to go through all these challenges and learn on the way, analyze on the way, assimilate on the way, and then ultimately find the right way, the right approach, the right clever approach, the intelligent approach, using the ability to analyze things and to be able to know what the pros and cons are, what to do, what not to do in this situation, in this obstacle, in this emergency, in these challenges, in these issues. So a life of a lot of ups and downs, issues, but give and take, negotiating their work through, then ultimately coming on top. This is also a person who can be very research oriented, somebody who is very, very analytical, somebody who can be very good at working with other people's money, IT, taxation, insurance, banking, wealth management, and analytics, IT, computers, being a consultant, being a technical writer, also being a storyteller, very good storyteller, a very good writer also. Now check in which sign Mercury is in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is in the sign of Cancer in the D1 chart. So this is the person who is somebody who can empathize, who can also relate to other people, but using the intellect. They will not be over emotional about things. They will be able to attach themselves, support others, nourish others, but with the intelligent capacity. However, in their trying to help others, in their trying to set up a good home, harmonious home, a happy home, a peaceful home, they will have to go through lots of ups and downs in trying to establish their relationship in a manner where the domestic happiness is there, stability is there. That too will go through many ups and downs. So initial relationship, initial domestic life, initial work, initial projects will not be easy. The first few 6, 7, maybe even 10 years, they will learn through their way through the obstacles, the ups and downs, and then they will learn what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do, where to take a decision, where not to take a decision, and through learning the hard way, ultimately after going all through ups and downs, then they will ultimately be able to make good assets, have a good family, have a harmonious life, and be able to excel in those areas which are more connected to Cancer sign and Scorpio sign. When Mercury is in the sign of Sagittarius in the D9 chart, now this is a very, very intelligent person, a very, very thought-provoking person and thought-through person about decision making in life. Very, very fun-loving, very, very energetic, very, very risk-taking also. However, see, these people want to delve into many things in life. They want to learn a lot of things in life. Sometimes the learning is thrust on them because of situations they go through, because of experiences that they live through. But in every situation, there is some learning that they will acquire. There is some intellectual ability to be able to assimilate that, okay, I've gone through this, it means this. It means with this kind of situation, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to avoid. With these kind of people, this is what I need to behave like, this is how I may need to be able to keep my distance from them. So they will also make the partnership, they will also make the relationship after going through experiences. But they are very learned because of all the Sagittarius energy and the intellectual capacity of Mercury. So they are very, very strong learners. They are very easy to gauge a number of life situations. So they are quick learners and they can learn many subjects also, and they can have an authority of many subjects also. Even in their faith and belief, they will also analyze that, okay, this practice seems to be making sense, this practice doesn't seem to be making sense. So even in their faith and belief, they are very choosy. They are not blind in their faith and belief, and they can have very intellectual discussions also in their matter of faith and belief. They can also be very good teachers. For example, they can be teachers in philosophy, in literature, even maths, even numbers, even in banking industry. So these people are very competent, very learned. They are almost guru-like in the subject that they take up, and they can have very deep research, very deep insight into a number of things in life, and they are oriented towards learning, but they are also oriented towards risk-taking and being able to do much better working with a variety of cultures and even very well across boundaries. So many of these people may also have foreign degrees or something connected, some certification connected to foreign learning, foreign countries or foreign university. Now check in which sign Mercury is in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is in the sign of Pisces in the D1 chart. So in the D1 chart is where the planet gets exalted or debilitated. If Mercury is in the sign of Pisces in the D1 chart, means it is in a debilitation sign, which means their high strong analytical ability somewhere is compromised, which means the initial part of life they will struggle to take decisions, they will struggle to get the right education, they will struggle to find the right gurus, they will struggle to find the right career, they will struggle to find the right trajectory, the right path that they need to take. And over a period of time, because of experiences and falling down many times, sometimes being over ambitious, not knowing what is practicality, they think they are very practical, but initial part of life they will struggle, they will fall through, and then they will realize that this really doesn't make sense, this makes sense, this doesn't work, this doesn't serve me. And then over a period of time they learn from the experiences which Sagittarius energy teaches them what to do and what not to do. So these people can be extremely good creative writers. They can do very well creatively. They can be very good social influencers. They can also do very well in media. They can also do very good in writing stories. So they can be storytellers par excellence. So if you have Mercury in Pisces in the D1 chart and Sagittarius in the D9 chart, the work is cut out for you. Learn through your experiences. Keep the strong faith and belief, and try and take the balance between your analytical decision on one side and the imaginative creative side of the other side, then be able to get results from your life. If Mercury is in the sign of Capricorn in the D9 chart, so this is a person who has really worked hard, slogged his way or her way through before reaching the heights, or before they will reach those heights which they want to go, where they want to reach. So because it is Capricorn and Mercury, very diligent person, extremely diligent worker, extremely hard working person, very focused on work, number driven work. So usually they will have a role which is either communication driven or analysis driven or number driven, or some analysis that they do able to do, some communication that they need to do, be able to do, some working out that they need to do before they are able to get good results in life. So this is an energy where they will have to negotiate, they will have to contend with numbers, they will have to contend with strong projects, they will also have to contend with opposition before they get their way through. And so these people are usually very tactful with superiors at work. They are very hard working, and they know how to influence whom, how to sell their ideas, how to be able to negotiate their way through, and then to sheer hard work get to the top. Now see in which sign Mercury is in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is in the sign of Leo in the D1 chart. So yeah, this is the person, because of sheer hard working attitude in the Capricorn sign in the D9 chart, but the leadership, the ability to take responsibility in a D1 chart. So this is a person who has worked very hard to be able to get to a high situation in life, and they have negotiated the way through after taking a lot of accountability, after showing leadership, and then showing their way through, getting results, and then being able to influence the powers that be before they are able to get their rightful place, what they rightfully deserve in their life. So this is a strong energy of power and an influence and patient oriented approach before they get to the highest level in the corporate world or even in business, whichever line they choose to be as their ultimate route to destination. If Mercury is in the sign of Aquarius, this is a person who is very conscientious, very conscious and very intelligent about society, about which area that they work in, the groups that they work in, the surrounding that they are, their social network. They're very conscientious, and they are able to gauge what the situation is, how the group is thinking, how the organization thinks, what the culture is, how their family thinks, how the extended family thinks, and then through the ability to be able to sieve through what works, what doesn't work, what serves, what doesn't serve, what causes are right, what causes are not right, then they will be able to get through and take up those responsibilities which they feel they will be able to serve. And they will also join those groups, they will also join that thought process, they will also join only that cause which they feel they can do more justice to, and they are also able to show their competence and drive results at the end. Generally, these people will socialize with learned people. They will also choose who to sit with, who to relax with, who to work with, who to live with, who to get into a relationship with. So usually if they are not somebody who are extroverts or they are not very social, they'll end up marrying somebody who will then take care of the other social norms, societal responsibilities, while they will take a backseat, because they know being assimilated in society, working in the social groups are very, very important. Working in large organizations in a dedicated effort, in a mature intellectual effort is required to be able to do very well. You are working in a society, working with people, so you need to learn the ways of society intelligently, traverse, negotiate your way through before you get success. Now see in which sign the Mercury planet is in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is in the sign of Libra in the D1 chart. So this is a person who is a very relationship oriented person with their take on societal norms, societal causes, working with groups in forming relationship, in forming partnership, in being able to work with like-minded people, in being able to negotiate and balance what you will do, what I will do, and then through sheer ability to work on relationship, build those partnerships, build those assimilated groups, and then ultimately do something which serves them, which serves society, and will also serve the organization in which they work. If Mercury is in the sign of Pisces in the D9 chart, now mind you, planets don't get exalted or debilitated in the D9 chart. However, they either exhibit the highest energy if they show exalted in the D9 chart, or they show the lowest energy if they show debilitated in the D9 chart, basis which sign they are placed in the D1 chart. So if Mercury is in the sign of Pisces in the D9 chart, it shows that this is a balanced energy between high creativity and high imagination and high analytical ability. So the zodiac has given them both. The zodiac has given them high analytical ability but high creativity also. Now it is up to the individual which side of the energy the person will be able to use better, will also be able to cultivate it better, will be able to nurture better. So if these people are very analytical oriented, they are also being given the creative side. So zodiac tells them, use your analytical abilities, use your intelligence to do something creative, to do something which is more imaginative, and in a creative, in an innovation oriented way, then you will get success. If you're all about analysis, if you're all about numbers, you don't have imagination, you don't have creativity, if you're not innovation oriented, then you will get lesser results. So usually they learn it the hard way. They try to be very analytical, they think they are very, very clever, but they are sometimes unreasonable in their thoughts, they are over optimistic in their goals, and after chasing them, faltering, falling down, then they have to get up maybe number of times, dusting themselves up, ultimately knowing that only one way is not the one way or their way is not the only way. They should be more balanced, they should be more creative, they should be more tactful in how they deal with situations. Being over optimistic and being over reasonable will not help them. Having over reasonable targets, having over reasonable milestones that they want to achieve, goals that they want to achieve, is not the way to go. They have to go with the tide, they have to learn through it, and they have to be optimistic in the right measure. So after going through those challenges and issues and problems, then they ultimately learn how to be able to balance on the analytical side, take intelligent decisions, but also be creative and imaginative. So these people in the initial side of their life may get into those projects, may get into those works, they are not serving them well, and sometimes they get emotional about them, be very idealistic and very optimistic about them, and over a period of time they realize that being very emotional will not serve them, being over optimistic will not serve them, and slowly they learn to balance their optimism with pragmatism, and through that they will be able to get results. Usually this is a good placement for creativity writing, creative work for foreign companies, working in the innovation department or in a creative department, in a creative energy, working in an advertising firm in a very creative environment, working in the media where creativity is required, where high degree of innovation is required, and through that they get the results. Now see in which sign the planet Mercury is in the D1 chart. Say Mercury is in the sign of Virgo in the D1 chart. Planets get debilitated or exalted in the D1 chart. So this is a true exaltation of Mercury. However, because it has got into the Pisces sign in the D9 chart, it means this person has all the support from the zodiac to be able to get good results. However, without balancing the creative side with the analytical sides, the results may not come to them. Without being pragmatic while being optimistic, while being realistic, results may not get to them. Without being innovative while trying to use the intellectual capacity to get results, results will not come to them. So these people generally learn the hard way, trying to push their way through balance of intellect, analytical ability, pragmatism, completeness. Over a period of time they learn they also have to be creative, they also have to be innovative, they also have to be able to balance both the sides to be able to get ultimate success. So friends, now that you have learned how Mercury's placement in the different signs in the D9 chart works out and how you have to be able to see the relationship between the placement in the D9 chart and the D1 chart, please see where your Mercury is placed, in which sign it is placed in the D9 chart, and then relate it back to the placement in the D1 chart, and looking at both the energies together, assimilated energies together, use the ability to be able to be clever, intelligent and practical and pragmatic to be able to get the best results of Mercury's placement in the different signs in the D9 chart. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.